I thought I hit the on button, but I didn't. So, oh, my bad. Yeah, I was like waiting and I'm like, do. And then I was like, oh, you have to press the button that says start the live. Durr. So here I am, spreading sunshine. You're doing a good job today. We have the sun out here in eastern Pennsylvania. Very cool. Man, it doesn't feel like a Wednesday to me. No, it does not. It feels kind of Friday, like, to myself. And, oh well. I thought I was going to do some things yesterday, and I did them. Boom. Today is another day. So good morning, Mauricio and John and Mary and Paula and Laura and Michelle and Penny Lou Magoo. Penny Lou Magoo, good morning to you, Penny Lou Magoo. Yeah, so good morning, everybody. Totally relaxing today while we're together. Well earned, and even if it wasn't, do it anyway. Who needs to earn their relaxation? I love hearing that, Penny Lou. The fact that you got to take care of yourself is part of getting stuff done. I mean, this is kind of, I was thinking about this as I was making my tea this morning. So I am independently, I almost said independently owned and operated. Again, these phrases that come out of your head where you're like, wait a minute. I am what do you call it? I work for myself, right? So I am both the employee and the boss. And my boss, me, gave my employee, me, half a day today. So because of the holiday, and then we don't have to work tomorrow, and then you can have a couple of days off for the holidays. So totally the relaxation, wonderful. But the fun thing is too, so please, Penny Lou, if you have, this was kind of fun. I will share with you, and maybe you were there. I interact with so many people, I have a hard time keeping it. Independently wealthy. There we go. I like that one. I'm going to keep that one. And I am wealthy not just monetarily, but where it counts, quality-wise. But I share with you, so here's a fun thing, Penny Lou, especially because you and I are interacting right now, and there aren't a lot of people who are tuning into this Destination Decluttered TikTok Live. So let me just introduce myself to the new folks, get the word out. My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I'm here with you right now for the next 50 minutes, almost an hour here on TikTok, and then another complete hour doing a YouTube live after that to help you if you are struggling, where you are struggling with clutter, and you want some help, okay? Interesting. Marietta says TikTok is hiding my live. Well, screw them, right? Okay, but I'm glad you found me. Boston Mama, nice to see you. I had to do a search for you. That is interesting, Marietta. I don't know. Now I feel like I'm in the Dead Milkman. However I pronounce that. Here's the thing, Marietta. We don't have a lot of control over these services that we use for free, so I'm glad you found me. I have no idea why they hid it. Maybe they realize that I'm secretly an anarchist on the inside and I'm helping people overturn things by learning how to manage their own nervous system and clutter. Okay. Good morning, Sue. Nice to see you. KK says you came up for me. I was up. Yeah. You know what, Marietta? I don't know. At a certain point, I just like to throw my hands up in the air and be like, whatevs. Let it. It's going to, weird stuff's going to happen. How are we going to respond to it? Right? So yay for the people who got notifications. The live showed for you. Maybe I'm also coming across your FYP, and I feel like I'm almost doing the verbal thing or the verbal version of keywords right now. If you're cluttered, if you're decluttering, if you are looking for, a life coach, if you want an organized home, if you're afraid you're getting, you're on the road to being a hoarder, if you've got the millennial, what do they call that now? The millennial inheritance, And Leslie, yeah, heaven knows knew I needed you. You know why? Because when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So Leslie, I love this because Leslie did yes and, which I'm all about, even though I'm not in, a comedy troupe. Leslie says, I got my notification, but I also used the secret page anyway. And I'm going to look at the secret page myself right here. How do I find it? There we go. January declutter parties to be determined, and I am determining them. It's not just a placeholder, okay? Yes, Wednesday, December 24th. A Wednesday that doesn't feel like a Wednesday because it's the day before Christmas for many of us. And even if you don't celebrate, there are many things that are changing schedules because of it. 9 a.m. TikTok, 10 a.m. YouTube, and then I won't see you guys until next Tuesday. So that's what the secret page says to me. And I will assure you that the order in which I do things, just so you know, is I will always be updating the secret page prior to even emailing everybody in the Destination Decluttered email group. Okay? And, oh my God, Therapy Gal Sue and Leslie, you're like women after my own heart. You post on the secret page, I put it on my calendar, and if I can make it, I plan a project to do. I love it. On fire for you. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. So I am here. Interesting. I checked the secret page last night and set an alarm to get up. This is how we do it. I am giving you a tool to use to say, hey, I like to tune into the Destination Decluttered YouTube lives and TikTok lives. And I say, oh, you do? I schedule them, you know. Really? Do you? Yes, I do. But I like to keep the schedule away from trolls. I'm completely honest by this, you know? So funny, Gin Spies. Okay, so this is funny. Gin Spies, I haven't seen you in a long minute. I miss your red glasses. Oh, it has been a while, hon. I have been through so many versions of glasses since the ones that were like the big, that was my Iris Apfel era. The big ones with the pink on the top. That was like 2 years ago. The crazy thing, Gin Spies is right now, I don't even need to wear these. I got, within the past literally 10 days, I got eye surgery. So there may be a time in the future where you don't even see me with glasses. Now, I will say this. I am not comfortable looking at my own face without glasses on it because I am used to, for the past 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, wearing glasses. I should have worn glasses starting probably in the late 70s. Didn't start until the early 80s. Then I had a stint with contact lenses. And then I got trifocals because I age. And now I'm back to, you know, things like that. Still got the orange microphone. You know it. I'm on the radio. I love it. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Hey, little lady, we'll be back to pick you up later. It's my Ms. microphone. There we go. Ginger Spice. I love it. So Ginger Spice, one of my favorite Spice Girls. I am not Sporty Spice, but I'm here for you and for everybody. And thank you for the kind words. So yeah, I'm here with you on the day before Christmas to help you check in with yourself. How is your self feeling? Your physical self? How are you feeling? Do a scan from the crown on down. Look for anything that's kind of blinking red, and then address that issue. Blinking red, I woke up with a bit of a headache this morning, so I grabbed my trusty Excedrin, and I'm feeling better already. I also knew that I would feel better if I moved my body, so I went for a walk. So crown on down, scan your body, drink some water, breathe some air, take care of yourself. Today especially, but really every day, learning how to manage your own nervous system and then doing the things that you know are going to make you feel better. So as a quick recap, calming down your nervous system, especially on a day like today, is going to involve a couple of things. To me, it's going to involve breathing down, sitting down, breathing down, feet down on the ground, slowing down your exhale, shoulders down, quieting down the backseat driver voice, okay? Then doing that a couple of times, and then grabbing a pen, getting your body involved, your body and your brain, okay? Writing down, and then chunking down, okay? Those 4 steps I just gave you are going to make your day so much better if you decide to use them. But they're there for you. This is why I use the word offer. And I know, Leslie, you probably didn't use offer as your hydration word today, but I'm offering this to you. I offered these things to you, and there we go. Alrighty. Marietta has to go to the heart surgeon. Good health is wished upon you for my follow-up appointment, but I'll keep you on while I do that. And that's the great thing. I will share this with you. Hey, Christina Glendale. Nice to see you, and Merry Christmas to you too, because I know you celebrate. Wonderful to see you. See you in the new year, right? Awesome, friend. Marietta is going to keep me on while she goes to the heart doctor. I want to offer to you that this is basically like a thinly veiled kind of interactive podcast. You don't really need to look at the screen. And I'm thinking of this because I don't want Marietta. Maybe I hope you're being driven to your doctor's appointment, or maybe somebody's driving you. If somebody's driving you, you can look at the screen and look at my, gesticulations and whatnot. But if not, I try to articulate the things that I am explaining to you so that you can understand it without even looking at the screen, because I like it when people use the time that we're together to do something that's going to make them feel good. Okay? So I share that with you. If you are hanging out with me right now, as Sue said, pick a project. Is there something that you say, I don't have time to do? Well, you and I can hang out and you can do a thing. But pick a thing that you know you're going to feel good to get started, to get done, maybe to get, off the plate. Now I love this because notice this is like a building block too. And somebody mentioned analogies or, great analogies. Oh, on fire for you. I got a wicked lot of analogies. Okay. And mine often tend to be the travel and road trip version. And so I was thinking building blocks, but also when I said building blocks, but it's also like a progression. So I say this because Leslie says, after decluttering my office during yesterday's live, now the next step towards the space that I want to enjoy is I am hanging artwork and listening. Oh, and love is my hydration word. See, I think this is kind of fun. And because I say this, it's almost like when you give me a word, I will make sure I use it because I want to make sure you get hydrated, okay? So I love the fact that you're using hydration, the word love. Every time I say love, you guys, don't scream real loud like Pee-wee's Playhouse, but take a sip of water. A sip or two, but don't guzzle because then you might choke yourself, okay? And if at some point during this live you need to rush to the ladies' room or the bathroom, the restroom, notice how I'm trying to update my own wording in real time to something I feel better about saying is, if you get to run to the restroom, do it. This is a great thing about you not being on the camera. I'm on the camera, okay? Yay, German maid. I got 4 more projects off my list yesterday, and it's 1 more than my goal. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. So I ask you today, Annalisa, happy holidays to you as well, Carolina, and for, the facilities. Or here's a fun one. This is a total throwback, and I don't know how many Gen Xers will remember this, but man, do I have an OG Gen X brain. There was, and I want to say, and this is me not Googling this, but I'm using the old-fashioned Google learning, using my brain. I believe in the late 70s, there was a Dr. Seuss special, and there was a reference to using basically the restroom, but they called it the euphemism. Now, if you know, like I think I was in 4th or 5th grade when this happened. I'm sure I can Google this. And so the next day in school, kids came back in, and because we all watched that one TV show at the same time, we all came in talking about another word for the bathroom was a euphemism, not being quite aware enough of the English language to realize that the word euphemism was a euphemism. So sometimes I call it the euphemism. Maybe I'll bring that back. Maybe I'll bring it back. Yeah, the facilities. Many words, different feelings. Notice the words you use, Oh my gosh. TikTok has given me all sorts of messages like I don't know how to do a live. I've got the power. Right? All right, so you guys, the reason I'm showing up, and again, for the new people, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. It's called Destination Decluttered here on TikTok. It's called Destination Decluttered at YouTube, where right after this live, and I'm still here on TikTok for 45 minutes, but I like to plan ahead. I'm what my husband would call a forward thinker. Destination Decluttered on TikTok lives, Destination Decluttered on YouTube lives. YouTube, we also have, because I'm going to be away for a few days, holidays and all, there are 933 videos available to you to watch and listen to in my absence, okay? Yay, Penny Lou Magoo is here for the double header. Awesome. As am I, my friend. So I say this to you. Oh, and I do one-on-one coaching, and my website is destinationdecluttered.com. And if you want to join the mailing list group, so you know when I show up live on the TikToks and the YouTubes, sign up at my mailing list at my website, destinationdecluttered.com. There's a little form there. You can do that. And it basically just keeps out the trolls and leaves the good people. Okay? So anyhow, I am here for you right now for the next 45-ish or so minutes on TikTok and then another hour on YouTube. Yesterday, this was kind of fun because, and it's fun all the time or else I wouldn't show up, okay? But let's make it fun. How can I help you today with, oh my God. Okay, here, let me see if I can do this. Oh. How can I help you today with where you are on your journey towards where you're headed? And I will share with this. We mainly talk about decluttering, but decluttering is also up here. Decluttering your brain. What do you have in your head that you still have this thought, I need to do this before the end of the day or before Christmas or before New Year's or by the end of the year? Declutter your brain, write the stuff down. But you can also, after you write it down, yes, exactly. I love it. Patricia Ortiz, you're a new follower. Welcome. Christina, you're so right. Beth, let's remind our friends. Okay, it's okay to enjoy life. Oh, fuck yeah. With holidays here, we need to breathe. 100%, Christina, and that's my goal, is to help people feel better, that they're not getting this panicky energy of, oh my gosh, I have to do it, and ba 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 ba. Shh. Yeah, enjoying life is what it's all about. It is. Taking care of yourself and calming down your nervous system so you can feel the feeling of joy. I love that feeling. Enjoyment, enjoying, embodying. Notice how I threw a love in there for Leslie. Okay? Yeah. And so I'm here. So Patricia, this is what I do is I'm here. So in case you're people are kind of freaking out about whatever, I don't really want, or they want to share what they're doing, So if you're already calmed down and you're ready to get moving on the road, because I don't want you moving down the road unless you're feeling safe behind the wheel. And then writing down what you want to do to yourself and to others can help you set that intention, and then it can help you to do it. So Annalisa says breakfast, folding laundry, wrap a few more gifts is what I need to get done. Awesome. I love it. Oh, hey, Penny Lou Magoo. Yeah, emotional conversation with my daughter last night. She was using the tools you offer. Now, I love that because Penny Lou, you and I are the ones who are usually hanging out here on the TikTok lives. It thrills me to no end to know that people are benefiting from what you're learning from me, because it's the only reason I show up to do this. I show up to help, not to hurt. I show up in the energy of love, not fear. And I show up to spread the word to those of you who are looking for a word that's going to help you feel better and do better. So yay, and emotions will happen. Emotions will happen. That's okay. Emotions don't always have to happen. Just because, and I'm saying this to myself, just because people think you're unemotional about things doesn't mean there isn't emotion there. But it doesn't mean to be dramatic to be powerful. Okay? As I said, I love what I do. It brings me fun. That was another love for Leslie. And so I love showing up for you, but I also show up for myself. Yay. And I love it. Love is in the air, everywhere and every time. Da, 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 da. Penny Lou Magoo, I love it. Yeah, on fire for you, chunking it down, little by little, minute by minute by minute by minute. I keep holding on. I keep holding on. I keep holding on. I am no Michael McDonald, but I play him on TV. Okay? Yes, and as a reminder, Christina says, please do not feel guilty for celebrating and enjoying the seasons. And I say, for the most part, even though I grew up in a guilt-laden society known as the world, notice when you're feeling guilty and get curious about that. What is the guilt? Where is it coming from? Irish Catholic at Christmas. I know all about it. All right? Annalisa says, I also want to say thank you so much. You're welcome. The idea of chunking things down has helped me make progress in so many areas of my life. Now notice I'm almost doing the ASL version of this. I wish I could do that. This is why I do what I do. We start with the clutter because it is visible and it bugs you. When you learn a set of tools to help you with what's visible and bugs you, you can also use that same toolkit for the things that are invisible that bug you. So notice, it isn't just a one-trick pony. You can use this tool in every room of your home, in every aspect of your life. Abbott Elementary, yes. Yeah. Merry Christmas Eve. So happy to have your lives while getting ready to go to my daughter's. Yay. I love it. Penny Lou says, I am a crier. She is not. So different. Yet you're both yourselves. We are all wired differently, and that's okay. Judy says, you showed up to help declutter our minds and houses. There we go. Just like Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Slow dance and sway into the music. Leslie, like me and my girl. I love it. See, I watched a lot of TV and listened to the radio a wicked lot when I was growing up. So, but yeah. So I am here to remind you, and here, Leslie, everybody who wants to use love as your hydration word, basically it's like doing a shot anytime says any word, but I'm going to be intentional about it. Leslie has chosen the word of the day, which is love, so I'm going to endeavor to use that a lot in the next few minutes. Okay? And I just want to say, I love hearing this, Sue. Therapy Gal Sue is saying, this year is so much less stress at the holidays, the inference being than last year or previous years. So much less stress than before. Knowing I have a plan to further declutter. This is why we do it. Feeling less stressed. I love the feeling of less stress. Now, there will be stress in your life, but the more you can notice it coming up and start to pitch it on down, calming down the stress, decluttering your home and living in a decluttered home will give you less stress. Also, cutting yourself some slack. Love yourself enough to know when you are starting to run on empty or fumes. Again, road trip analogy up ahead, signpost up ahead. You wouldn't drive your car without taking care of it, or maybe you would, and you've lived with the consequences. Okay? Yeah. Okay, gin spice. Now I get it. I love Christmas. Yay, you. I have recycled and thrifted Christmas. I love that. I got creative. I love that. No debit or no debt, I assume. Just love always. Yeah, gin spice. I love it. Spice. So notice what brings the feeling of love to your heart. Right there. Even just saying the word love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. All you need is love. And some cash can't hurt. Okay? Annie says, I love your bookshelf in the curved nook. How cute. Yes. Ta-da. This is not. It was funny. I was on a, what was it? It was like like a Zoom call for networking, and somebody thought that this was like a fake backdrop. No, this is my backdrop, and I know where things are. I like how it looks. It brings me joy every time I see it. It's very easy to maintain. Yeah. And so I offer to you, I use that honestly as a backdrop to show you, if you like how that looks, you can have that same effect too. And the reason I say that is because I will share this with you. Yeah, and I love how coordinated and functional it is. I love coordinating things, and I am all about function. I will share with you the ingredients too. What a destination is in my mind always has these 3 ingredients, so I'm happy to share the recipe for a destination with you. I like it to look good, function well, and when things look good and function well, I feel good. Na, 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 na. I feel good. When things look good and function well, that's my happy place. So yay, happy place all around. Now notice, you may not have many happy places in your home, but you can expand them slowly by decluttering. Now, I love it. Gin Spice says, my mom used to say I was in love with love. And why the hell not? Because notice this, okay? So one of the tools that I share with you right here with coaching is that has helped me, so I share it with you in the hopes that it will help you, is kind of thinking of the one hand versus the other. You've got a line between you, and there's kind of a one side of the fence or the other. And I speak up about this because it really is a game changer. So look on one side of the fence, on this kind of line down the middle of 2 columns, let's say. You have fear, hate, anger, guilt, obligation, but basically fear. To me, fear, and everything else is under the umbrella of fear. Who the hell wants to be under the umbrella of fear? On the other hand, though, notice, sometimes we think that's all there is. That's just half the story. On the other hand, exactly, Christina, reverse. We've coached together. That's what helps you. You love that. On the other hand is love. Fear is in one hand, hand is on the other. Love is on the other. Notice the difference. When you say something to yourself and you give it a fear-based feeling versus a love-based feeling. Notice the thoughts, the words in your head can be in a certain color, a certain smell, a certain feeling, and fear will keep you stopped or stuck or spinning your wheels. So if you are feeling like you're stopped or stuck or spinning your wheels, notice that, and I say look for the fear, because when you find the fear, and usually, I'll be honest with you, I'm going to keep it wicked simple, I have done this so much that I will tell you, I believe, so I'll just share this with you because I'm going through this myself. Fear of death, fear of anything that's going to lead to my death, pain, too fancy of a word, abandonment, pain, hunger, lack of clothing, lack of those basic human necessities. That's on one side. How does it feel when you're on there? It doesn't feel good. The fence is not high. It's barely something, but you do need to take an effort to step over those little blocks that are in your way to the love side. There we go. Judy says, Leslie, you're going to drink a gallon by the time the hour's over with the word love. You know it. I highly recommend joining in because in the next few days, if you guys are like me, you may be, you may not, you will probably be drinking less drinking less water, eating less healthy food, getting less exercise, and then doing the opposite, drinking more adult beverages, eating more fat and deliciously sweet and savory foods, lazing around, because who doesn't love to laze around? So sometimes in small amounts, everything counts in small amounts. No, large amounts, regardless. Every time you are, that stuff can work for a little bit, but when you do that too much, then you're like, ugh, now I feel gross in another way. Okay? And Miss Lucia, yeah, I love how you add music jingles. That's awesome. Welcome to my brain. Yeah. I love sharing my Gen X brain with people because I love it when somebody is, as we like to say, picking up what I'm putting down. When I say, I'm the sole survivor, or that's what it's all about, Charlie Brown, or she says I'm cute, or whatever. nobody wants a Charlie in the box. Like then I know, and somebody laughs, I know I'm connecting with my peeps. I know that we're sharing something. So it gives me a sense of connection to a bigger group of people who get my jokes. I say random shit enough and get the side eye from boomers or other generations behind me that have no idea what I'm talking about. So there we go. So yes, I'm happy to share my brain, my Gen X brain. And if you know, kind of if you get it, if you get it, if you don't know, whoosh, it'll just go over your head. Good morning, Erin. I was thinking of you when I was putting my tea in my teacup because I'm using my extra big mug, not just this extra big mug, to be here for the next hour and a half. Not here technically. I will be here, but I will be on TikTok for the next half hour, and then we hop over to the Destination Decluttered, what do you call it? YouTube channel. Okay, so let me do this. Kim Jenner, I love it. Boomer here, love your energy. Thank you. I love it too. I love it. Alrighty. Yeah, Erin says, I say random stuff too, and my coworkers never get it. They're all so young. Oh, the things they missed out on, right? Well, that's when you know you have your crew, right? Yeah. Now, Mimi and me, Jewelry, I have ADHD and trying to declutter. Hun, you're not alone. You're in good company right here. You're in a safe space. Help with 2 exclamation points. Now, I don't want to diagnose right now, but I am already sensing a bit of overwhelm. Right, Mimi? Are you feeling overwhelmed? If so, let's calm that shit down, okay? Let's calm that down. Because you will not... Okay, see, notice this. Notice the words you're using, Mimi. I'm drowning. Now, technically you're not drowning because that requires water, but your body is responding as if you are suffocating and way overwhelmed. So here, poo, I just threw you a little dinghy, a little life raft, okay? So notice that you say to yourself, I am overwhelmed, or maybe you look at something and you're overwhelmed, or whatever is kind of triggering your feeling of overwhelm. We can change that if you want to. We can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Please leave your friends behind unless they want you to be there. I'm just saying. All right, I want to. Okay, so Mimi and me, Jewelry Gifts, I'm going to give you the 4-step process that I try to put in every single one of my lives, because these are also recorded and uploaded to TikTok, or excuse me, uploaded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. This one will be uploaded before Christmas Eve, which is tonight. So if you don't remember these and you're not writing them down, there's no need to fear. Underdog is here. This will be posted on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, okay? So the 4 things, okay? So 4 things. And Macy, this is for you too. Motivate me, Beth. Well, I can give you the tools, but it's up to you. I can give you the keys to the car. You have to be the one to put it in the ignition and turn it and keep your engine going and getting in gear, all that. But this is what I say. These 4 steps, practice them right now. We'll do them in real time, all right? Number 1 on my list is always going to be check in with your human body, okay? So Mimi and me, anybody who's feeling overwhelmed, follow along. Let's play the home version. Pretend you're at romper room or something. All right, take your hands in the air. Notice where you're feeling. First of all, notice where you're feeling the overwhelm. Now notice, this is where I feel overwhelmed when I'm overwhelmed. That's why my hands went to it. You may feel yours somewhere else in your body. So please notice that overwhelm is a physical feeling caused by thoughts in your head. The thoughts in your head cause your body to respond. So we're going to be conscious of that. And basically, I don't know if this was a dance in the 60s, but it should have been called the opposite. You know how they had like the frug and the mashed potato and the hully gully and all that? We like to do the opposite here, okay? And so I say, if you're feeling overwhelmed, notice that. Overwhelm tends to be over your head. Notice the words, I'm drowning. I'm way overwhelmed. I'm in, over my head. So grab that overwhelm, control it, and slowly bring it down to your lap. Make sure that you put the overwhelm below your heart, okay? But before you do that, okay, please check in with your human body. Again, hands up in the air, put them like this, wave them around like you just don't care. Scan down, I like to say from your crown on down, because I like rhymes. Scan your body. Hopefully everything is coming up a nice kind of green line. But if anything starts to blink red, notice how your body is feeling right now and do the opposite. Do something, because you have to get involved. I cannot unoverwhelm you. You have to participate. So scan your human body, and whatever is not feeling good, do something about it. Headache medicine, I got to drink some water, I need to poop, I need a comfortable clothes, I need warmth, you know. The next one is, so physical body, Mimi, scan yourself, crown on down. All right, Macy, you too. Anybody else, play along at home. Can't hurt, might help. It's a phrase I use a wicked lot because it wicked helps. Number 2 is going to be your nervous system. Again, notice the feeling of overwhelm, and then we're going to use the word down. I love, that was for you, Leslie, because I'm about to use a wicked lot of downs. I love using the word down because it's a 4-letter word and it can help you. So sit down, feet on the ground. Erin, this is for you. Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. No, you do not have to put your pants on the ground, okay? Sit down, feet down on the ground. Breathe down. What does that mean? It means to breathe down to like the bottom of your lungs. And remember, what you're doing when you're breathing is you're giving oxygen to all the billions and trillions of cells that you have in your body. So breathe down and give some oxygen to those baby cells on the very tips of your pinky toes. Hold your breath maybe for a second just to make sure that your pinky toes got some oxygen. And then slowly slow down your exhale. Then, any other downs that seem appropriate. For me, when I get overwhelmed, I'm typically looking at the big picture, so I do the opposite. I will look down at the small picture. When I get overwhelmed, I start to go like this, so I will do the opposite. I will consciously expand my chest, giving my lungs more space. I will also relax my belly because sometimes I get a knot in my stomach if I'm overwhelmed. And this is funny because I'm not overwhelmed, but when I talk about it, my body is like, wait, what? We're supposed to? No, shh, it's all good. Calm down, slow down, quiet down. Quieting down, and notice I'm looking behind me and I'm almost like turning a knob here because it's like I'm in the car and I'm looking back at the backseat drivers, the chatter in my head, which is in the back seat. The toddler in the car seat that is just always rambling. And I'm turning down the volume on that, okay? So notice if you even do those things, all right? Macy and Mimi, 2 great tastes that taste great together. Hopefully you're starting to feel better. So scan down your body, calm down your nervous system. You got to repeat these things until they work, but get yourself involved, participate in your healing. And then the other thing that is the next step that is also going to work with calming down your nervous system is going to be writing down. Writing down what? I say write down whatever's cluttering your head. Now the reason I say write it down is because there is no way we can keep up with our thoughts. Our thoughts move at the speed of light. So if you slow down and write what's in your head, and please write it, what's the word I want to use? I was going to say articulately, that's not it. Legibly. So you can read what you wrote. That will also provide a calming effect because your body and your brain will reconnect at a slower pace. And then you can literally see what is in front of you that is up here. You can't see what's in your head. but you can identify the words and realize that it's just words that are causing you to freak the F out. And I don't say this like, duh, it happens to all of us. This is how I believe we are all wired. And so write down those words, and then we know what we're working with. Okay? Now the fourth step, just so I make sure I mention it, is chunking it down. But I am curious, okay? Yes, grounding. Notice Macy, the word grounding. It's the opposite of being up here in the air and flailing and, too much. Ground yourself. Feel better, do better, okay? So, there we go. Marilyn says, thank you for being here. I started uncluttering this weekend. It feels so good. See, cue the Chuck Mangione, because seriously, and I believe he passed away this year, kind of sad. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba 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 ba. I'm not going to sing the whole song. Do not worry. But this is why we do it. Is because it feels so good, not only when you're doing it, and sometimes when you're doing it, it doesn't feel so great, but when you finished any decluttering project, if you have done it the way I have offered to you, the way I love to do it, you will feel better. If you don't feel better, then tell me about it so we can fix it, okay? Yay! Morning and Merry Christmas Eve. Love it to you. Happy holidays all. So the people who were, notice, this is another trick in my, not a bag of tricks. It's not a bag of tricks because there's no tricks. They are tools that I'm sharing with you and building your own toolkit, okay? Another tool in your toolkit for overwhelm is to put it in the past tense. Tanya, love, exciting and new. Come aboard. And then I'm going to sing it like I end up singing it in my head like Charo. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you, the love boat. Soon we'll be making another run. Remember when Charo was on the love boat? Come on, people. How else did you spend your Saturday nights in the 70s and early 80s? Please. You know what? Bring some laughter and light and love to your heart and your life because it's so much more fun that way. Okay? So what I offer to you is this. Do the things that, and also laughter, notice what it does. It causes you to loosen up the tension and the congestion. It gets more oxygen into your body. It loosens up. Yeah, she was always on the love boat. I would have been too. Yeah. The live boat. Yeah, this is the live boat right here. So folks who were previously, so this is what I was going to say. This tool, anything you currently do that you don't like, anything you currently feel, put it in the past. Frame it, use the words of the past to distance yourself from unwanted behavior. Yeah, and notice, Macy, you're building your own toolkit. You're saying movement really helps me if I can dance and sing while I go. So I love that you wrote that down here to share with us. Macy, make sure you write that down in your book of Note to Self. This is the thing that really helps me. Movement and dance while I go makes it easier for me to do things, including decluttering and maybe something else. If I was not kind of given this vaudeville act known as my life to you guys, if I had to be here boring and technical and clinical using fancy words, I wouldn't show up because it would bore me to tears. Motion is lotion. I love it. Now I've got some Billy Squier song, Emotions in Motion. Okay, so notice what you say, and even this, the people who used to be were just in the past, because it was a few minutes ago, overwhelmed. I hope you are feeling better. And notice, Macy, I learned it from you. Yeah, you're learning good things from me, not like how to crack an egg and it's your brain on drugs, right? The people who were previously on LA Law, previously feeling overwhelmed, are you feeling better now? Are you feeling different now than you were 5 or 10 minutes ago? Because if you are, what I would love for you to do is, I'm going to be here for the next 14 minutes or so, and we can also continue this conversation on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, because I'm going to do a live in like 14 minutes. If you are now feeling better physically and emotionally, and you're slowing down your nervous system, write in the comments one of the sentences that is causing you to feel the overwhelm. Okay? Now notice this. Macy is now feeling very capable. I can do it. I am capable of doing this. Notice that's a different feeling than I'm incapable, I cannot do it. Okay? And Penny Lou, I love this saying, I have learned so much from you. I continue to learn and take nuggets as I continue to connect with you. And I love that, because I have a box of nuggets here and any dipping sauce you want. And that no matter how many nuggets you take, it kind of is magic. It's almost like it's the modern version of like the wine that kept on flowing. It's like the nuggets, right? So take the nuggets, okay? And feel better. When you feel better, physically and nervous system-y, you're going to do better, okay? So yes, the platter of nuggets that I offer at this party we're all at, it's never ending. If you take them all, you can't take them all because they are sharing. Now, Mary Martini, okay, so Penny Lou's getting the spicy sauce. Mimi, you're feeling better. Write down one sentence that was in your head, okay? Was in your head moments ago that was causing you, yourself, to feel the feeling of overwhelm. Write that in the comments and I will help you with that, okay? Mary Martinez says, how can I start the decluttering process? What we just did. And Mary Martinez, I know people show up quite often. So I'll say this, scan down your human body, make sure you're feeling okay physically. Get in touch with your nervous system. And if you are feeling the feeling of overwhelm, calm it down. Okay, so Macy, I love this. And I love your use of, I say air quotes, but real quotes, because notice any phrase is just a thought in your head with quotes around it. Notice, I have so much to do. I have a lot to do today. Okay? And notice Stephanie is saying, I don't know where to start. There is so much. Okay? So I say this to everybody who just said that. You think that it's so much, so write down the list of so much. You will realize that that list will stop at a certain point. Okay? Again, Nana is saying, I have so much to do. Every single one of you right now, take 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a wicked long time. Okay? Take 5 minutes right now while I'm here. Okay? And write down all of the things you think you need to do today and elseways. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Don't write it in the comments. Do not write it for me. I don't care what you need to do, and I mean that nicely. You need to know what you're going to do, so get yourself a big, nice lined piece of paper and just dump the junk drawer known as your brain. Get that stuff all out. You will feel better, okay? So write that down. Write down the stuff. Macy, Annalisa, Trudy's getting new carpets. Awesome. Stephanie says, I don't know where to start, because if you write the stuff down, it will give us a better idea of where to start. Nana says, I have so much to do, but I don't know where to start. I say start. Again, check in with your human body, because you will only go so far as the gas in your tank will take you. So if you are feeling already low on gas, what can you do to fill your tank with energy to get through what you think you need to do? And I am always saying it's going to be this dance between what you think you need to do and the physical energy you have, the mental energy you have, and the time you have. Those are the ingredients in getting stuff done. Now, Penny Lou Magoo, I am glad to hear what you like what I do. I appreciate you say scan down first. When someone says calm down first thing, it makes you want to punch them. Yeah. Yeah, if you say somebody calm the F down, sometimes that has the opposite effect. And it's funny, there's a phrase from a song from a band I used to like back in the 90s, and I still like them, Ivy. what is it? He calms me down when I'd rather go out of my mind, whatever. Yeah. It's like, don't try to tell me to calm down. I'm in a state, but you don't want to be in that state. If you want to stay there, that's fine. But if you want to change it, just start with your human body. Because you could be like, oh my God, I have a raging headache. I am so pissy because I need to piss. You know, I'm so angry because I'm hangry. See where many times it is going to be a physical thing that is making whatever's going on up here and in here worse. Okay? Alrighty. So Rossman, I'm actively decluttering right now. I'm stuck. I'm trying to get my 2 guest rooms ready today. I'm stuck. Okay, Rossman, I will offer this to you. Chunk it down. Chunk it down and write it down. Not both rooms, one room at the same time. Guest room number 1, Rossman, I'm going to do this with the assumption that everybody has already scanned down and calmed down. This is why I'm going to number 3 and 4 of writing down and chunking down. If you're not calmed down and feeling better, continue to do that until you feel better, until your brain goes kind of whoosh. There's a physiological and chemical thing that happens. You get out of fear and you get into a better, more problem-solving part of your brain. So we need to do that shift before you do this. But also writing down can help with this. Okay, so Rossman, I would say, notice, you have, even if you don't realize it, destination, guest room number 1. This is what I think it should look and feel like, and you're not there yet, right? So notice the visible road trip here. I would say to you, what are the things that are in the way of you being where that room is done according to you by the end of today, right? Notice you also have a time thing. So it may not be perfect, but what are the things you need to do in order to get it to feel okay to you by the time it gets done? If you let me know where you're stuck after you've written it down to yourself, put it in the comments, okay? Now, Mimi says, I never make it any progress, even though I spend almost every day off working at it. Okay? Mimi, what I want to offer to you and to everybody here, notice the words you use. You never make progress. It may feel like that, and the unhelpful part of your brain that I call my backseat driver may be telling you you never make progress. You do make progress, but you may be dismissing small amounts of progress, and so then you don't stick with it. Now, I'm not saying you need to stick with anything, religiously, because God knows I have enough issues with religion, okay? But you do make progress. If you start to document your progress, you will notice that very few things happen overnight. Document every little step. Did I get to where I am in my life right now immediately? No. It has taken me freaking years. Years that include days which include hours which include minutes. And I have found it so helpful to document the little things. Nothing is so small, let me assure you. Nothing is so small that it does not warrant you writing it down if it's progress. It's going to be like moving an inch forward out of your driveway to get onto the road to where you want to go. This is why I put it on a mug, people. I am not selling mugs. Every little bit helps, okay? That's a note to myself. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, I chunk it down, I write it down, I chunk it down, okay? Okay, so Rossman, notice. All right, I love it, German made. Chunking it down. I started small. Everything felt too overwhelming. Notice the word everything and never. Very dramatic words mean it's the backseat drama queen talking, okay? Calm her down, and let's have a little bit more rational, cool, calm, collected here up in the Ann Miller part of the car, in the front seat where the grown-ups are, okay? So notice this. Yep, I started small, 1 drawer a day. I did more if I had time. Yeah. Rossman, I was throwing everything away and came to a complete stop when I almost threw away my college degree. So a couple of things, Rossman. Notice the pace with which you are driving forward. What would you say if you were driving on the highway towards that destination? You were speeding. You were going over the speed limit. You were doing it just to get to the destination, and you almost missed something that was important to you. Now, the funny thing is, if you think about it, your college degree, you wouldn't actually have thrown away your college degree. Let's get real here. You would have thrown away a piece of paper that looked fancy, that was physical evidence that you have a college degree. But if you throw away that paper, it doesn't mean that, whoop, all of a sudden the knowledge goes out. Okay? So I say to you, notice the pace with which you are decluttering. Slow it down. Chunk it down, slow it down. The pace you were going to almost cause a wreck, something, a regret. Okay? And the way I move through the decluttering process and the way I teach you is to move slowly, but you're going to be moving so that you have fewer regrets about how you went through it. So you can look back on how you decluttered and feel good about it. Okay? Think about when you're driving on the highway. There is a speed that you don't feel safe. Your nervous system is activated because it's afraid you are going to die if you keep that up. So instead of just slamming on the brakes, temporarily slam on the brakes. Stopping does not mean stuck. It just means stop and then start again differently. Okay? So Rossmann, what I would highly recommend is saying, slow down, write down, and then chunk down what are the fewest steps that you need to do to get to your destination by your time. And you may need to admit that you're not going to get that room to look perfect. We don't go for perfection here, people. No. Piper, no. We go for better. I can't get to it looking perfect, but I can surely make it look better. And if I have guests staying in my guest room, they are people that allegedly I love and they love me because they're staying in my house. They will not judge me if there's stuff in the guest room. Everybody's got clutter. Trust me. I know this. Okay? Now, Jessica Woodward, unexpected visitor coming this week. Hearing your voice in my head, and think of me kindly, has helped me declutter my house fast. I hope fast meant easy and feeling good. And you're welcome. Yay, thank you. Old Girl 1 says, I spent 10 minutes a day for a month decluttering a room. I made progress. That's 5 hours of decluttering. Yay, good stuff. Yes, Annalisa Pixel Pitbull, good to know you have current pop culture references too. I will share with you. All of my pop culture references come from TikTok pretty much, and the things I learn on TikTok, because I don't watch TV. I don't really listen to the radio anymore. I don't read magazines. I do a lot of stuff online, so yeah. Trust me, I am always expanding my repertoire because it makes it fun. Yeah. Yes, fast enough. Yes, and notice, again, if you are driving, drive at a pace that makes you make progress, but also makes your nervous system feel safe. Now, that may be slower than you want to, and you're afraid if I don't go fast, then I don't get it done. That's misinformation, okay? That's misinformation from the scared back seat. The one who says, oh, that doesn't count, that doesn't count, that doesn't count. Every little bit helps, okay? Now, speaking of every little bit helps, I will share with you. I am switching gears here. We're going over to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel, but I'll keep on here as we do kind of a seamless handoff. So today is 12/24/2025. Xmas Eve day. YouTube Live. YouTube. You're welcome to join the party. It's a movable feast here, okay? It's a movable feast. And we are just moving to somebody else's house. We're moving over to YouTube because I want to remind you that I'm not only here on TikTok. There you go. You can do it. Notice I'm seeing words of encouragement to TikTok. I mean to YouTube. All right. Retake thumbnail. Oh. Oh, we'll see how that thumbnail looks. All right. And then we're going to go live here. Notice I'm going to move it to my screen over here. I think we're live, people. You can see the back of my phone. All right, see on the flip side. So definitely, if you want to hang out with us, we're on Destination Decluttered on YouTube, okay? The other thing is, and I see people showing up already, so it's like having a party and I need to be there as the hostess with the mostess. These are my last lives until next week, okay? My lives for part of next week are already posted, so you'll know where to look for me. If I don't see you between now and then, just be happy. Fill your life with love, and let's show up here and still hang out just over here, okay? We got this, people.